Well, it's not only important to smell good, right? But it's also important to feel good. And what helps us feel better than our daily dose of fruits? Today's video, I'm gonna combine both and talk about the top 10 best head-turning fragrances. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another video. If you're brand new to the channel, my name is Scott, and this is the Scott Aromatico Fragrance Review channel. And today we're going to be talking about my top 10 favorite fresh and fruity head-turning fragrances that are perfect for this time of year, or to be honest with you, for any freaking time of year. It doesn't matter. You can wear them when you want to, right? Because they're your fragrances. So there are so many good fragrances out there, and I'm going to miss some of your favorites. Be thinking of the ones I didn't mention and put them down in the comments so it'll help all my subscribers and all my viewers, and it'll help me too because I love getting those ideas from you guys. So be thinking of some of your favorite fruity fragrances. And like I said, there's so many good ones. Lost Cherry, right? An amazing cherry fragrance. One of the best ones out there. Lost Cherry is made by Tom Ford. It is so good. Juliet Has a Gun has a fragrance called Pear Ink. Absolutely amazing. So good. And there's just so many good ones out there. I love Versace Eros for the apple note on top. Let's go ahead and jump into some of my favorites. The first one we're going to talk about right out of the gate is this one right here by Carolina Herrera. This is Bad Boy Cobalt Electrique. I love this fragrance. It's so fresh from the pink pepper. You've got this beautiful aromatic lavender, very woody once it starts to dry down. But the star of the show is the plum note in here. I absolutely love the plum in here. This is one of my favorite releases from last year. It is so amazing. I am so glad I have this in my collection because it lasts about 6 to 8 hours on my skin, and that plum note just pumps. This has a huge scent bubble. I love the scent trail on this one. It's absolutely amazing. And I love the note of plum. What about you guys? As this starts to dry down, like I said, you get a lot of woods. So you're getting plum and woods, and it's really in your face right out of the gate. And then it starts to dry down right around the 3 or 4 hour mark and starts to dissipate a little bit. But I get about 6 to 8 hours on my skin, and I love this one. Now, if you're looking for something else, maybe this one's not it for you. You're not really into designers. My good friend, Kevin over at Sensual Obsessions, he has absolutely made an amazing cologne from Bomb number 9 called Andy Warhol. And the plum in this one is absolutely to die for. It is so juicy and so rich and so sweet. And then you have that oud on the base and with a little bit of sweetness. This fragrance right here goes beast mode. 8+ hours if you're looking for some longevity and some performance. Next fruit we're going to be talking about, of course, is blueberry. And what better fragrance to talk about than Bleecker Street Bond number 9. We just talked about them with Andy Warhol. That one is discontinued and hard to find. It has an amazing plum note, but this one right here has blueberry, and it is amazing. It is the star of the show. Bleecker Street is so good because it's got this really cool green herbaceous vibe, but it's not too loud and in your face. Then you got a nice freshness coming from the violet leaf that's just so beautiful. I find this to be the perfect mass appealing office scent. You can wear it around the office and no one's going to get offended. It's just, to me, just a great, amazing scent. I love it so much. It's just one of those you can reach for where you're going to smell good every single time. As it starts to dry down, you're going to get some sweetness from the vanilla, some suede undertones. But again, the blueberry note in here is so nice. Now, it's not a loud, obnoxious blueberry note. It's very understated, very gentlemanly. I love this fragrance. It is so good. The blend is amazing. You gotta try this one if you like blueberry. Bond number 9, Bleecker Street. All right, guys, the next fruit we're gonna be talking about on this list, we're gonna be talking about watermelon. And this is one of my favorite fragrances with that watermelon note or that Cologne note. This one is so good. This is from one of my good friends, Shiamaka. She has this company called Masi, and this one's called Into Me for Him. Wow. In fact, let's spray this one because it is so darn good. We've got to give it a sniff. Great atomizer. Man, if one fragrance reminds you of summer, it's this one right here, Into Me for Him. The grapefruit on top is nice. One of my favorite fragrance notes is lime, and you definitely get a big blast of lime. Then you get a nice kick or punch of ginger that is absolutely to die for. But the watermelon note in here is so juicy and so sweet and so gorgeous. As this fragrance starts to dry down, it starts to warm up on my skin, and there's just something so amazing about this fragrance. It's unlike a lot of fragrances I have in my collection, and it's just so versatile. I think you can wear this fragrance more than just the spring and summer. You can wear this all year round. It's so good. I love this fragrance. It's different, it's unique, it's sexy, and you're just gonna love how this smells. It smells like summer in a bottle, but like I said, it's so versatile. I love the watermelon note in here. Mamasi, into me for him. Wow, good job, awesome, amazing. All right, there's so many fragrances I could have picked for this one. I love coconuts. Coconuts taste so good. I love them in my candy. I love coconut, but I love them in fragrances just as much. And I could have picked 1,000 different fragrances, but I'm gonna pick the award nominated from my good friend George Zaharoff in the world of Zaharoff. This is Of the Immortals by the famous, amazing YouTuber Curly Scents. This one is amazing. This is the nectar of the gods. This is the ambrosia of the gods, or food of the gods, if you will. This one is so good. And like I said, it's been nominated for awards. It's so boozy right out of the gate, okay? You've got a lot of sweetness coming from the honey. You got sweetness coming from vanilla, chocolate. You've got a coffee note in here. But the two fruity notes that really stand out are those fig note in this, albeit it's not all that powerful, but it's definitely there. But what I really want to talk about is the coconut in here. Oh, it is so good. I love that. Now listen, you got praline, coconut, coffee, booziness. This fragrance is amazing. Look at the color of the juice. I love the plate on this bottle. This is a next level juice. It is so good, very gourmandish. Now, my first thought when I think of this fragrance is this is mainly for the fall and winter, but it's still cool enough here in the morning and in some of the places where y'all live to get away with wearing this fragrance. And if you're in a climate controlled situation where your boss is cranking up the air conditioning or you just like it like that, you can definitely get away with this one because it's a really sweet and gourmandish and cozy, but the coconut in here is absolutely amazing, so I had to include it on the list. Next note I want to talk about is peach. Oh, I love some nice sweet peaches in the summertime. I love peach sweet tea. I go with this fragrance from my good buddy Mo over at Kajal. This one is called Kajal Homme 2. Absolutely amazing. Now I have a little bit of problem with this bottle. It's hard to photograph and put in video, so I gotta kind of hold it at an angle like this. But this one is so good. It's got lots of citrus on the top, okay? You've got a lavender in here giving it a nice aromatic touch. It's very sweet, okay? Very loud and in your face on my skin. Extremely woody and warm, but the peach note is to die for in this one. I love the peach. It's so good. It's so sweet, and I love this fragrance. It's perfect for the spring and summer. It just really performs on my skin. I get 8 hours easily on my skin. The scent bubble is gigantic. It's just a fun, playful, flirty fragrance by Kajal. Kajal Homme 2. Love the peach in this fragrance. All right, guys, the next one I'm going to talk about, be thinking as I'm talking, be thinking of some of your favorite fruity fragrances and put them down below and let me see some of your choices because it'll help me with my fragrance purchases and my viewers as well. This one right here, the next one we're going to talk about is Mango, and I love this fragrance. It's one of my favorites on the list. It's probably top 10 easy. I love this one by Kilian. This is Moonlight in Heaven. Wow. The mango in this is absolutely amazing. When you first spray this, it's gonna open up with some grapefruit. You're gonna get some coconut. You have this really cool addictive rice note that's in this. You get a little sweetness coming from the vanilla. This fragrance is so tropical in nature. It really just reminds me of the summertime. It reminds me of a tropical summer vacation. But man, the mango in here is so amazing. It's so good. Now, this one almost came in a tie with another fragrance. It is my favorite, but another fragrance I'm gonna wear the hell out of this summer also has an amazing, amazing mango note right here, Gotta Fire. I love the mango on this one too. It is so good. I probably like this one just a little bit more, but Gotta Fire is also a great fragrance if you're looking for a good mango note. Both of these fragrances are so tropical and so gorgeous. All right, guys, the next note we're gonna be talking about when it comes to fruits is pineapple. I'm gonna talk about the king of pineapple. Is that controversial? Is that not true anymore? Is there a better pineapple fragrance than this one? Let's hear your comments down below. We're talking about Creed Aventus. This is the fragrance that launched so many copycats, that really kicked off the pineapple craze. You've got pineapple, you've got black currant, you've got an apple note, speaking of fruit, a little bit of birch going on in this, musk, ambergris, vanilla. I love this fragrance. It is so good. I'm glad I have it in my collection, and to be honest with you, I think this is a Hall of Fame fragrance. This is a legendary fragrance, one of the best creations ever made. Now, you can yell at me, we can argue back and forth, you know, they've been reformulated, they're not as good as they used to be. It depends on which formulation you get. I get it, but I love this fragrance and it is so good. I love the pineapple in here. And when I want a little pick-me-up, when I want to boost, when I want to feel good about myself, I spray a little bit of this on and it smells so good. All right, the next fruit we're going to talk about is yet another berry from one of my favorite fragrance houses in the world, is Argos. I love Argos so much. And we're talking about this one, the Opulent Adonis Awakens. Look at that right there, man. That thing is so good. This is from the Artist Series. This is inspired by the painter John Waterhouse, and this is Adonis Awakens. Look at that detail right there. Just absolutely amazing. You've got the crystal on top with the logo. This bottle is so heavy and so opulent. I love the sprayer on these things. The atomizer is absolutely amazing. But what we're talking about with this fragrance is you got a lot of citrus on the top, okay? Some nice grapefruit. You get a whole lot of rose, cozy, warm vanilla, but the raspberry note in here mixed with the vanilla, mixed with the rose. Oh, love this fragrance. It is so good. I love it. You can wear this spring, summer, all year round as far as I'm concerned, because it works really great as a gourmand fragrance with the vanilla and the raspberry, but then it also has this freshness coming from all the rose on this one, and it's just all the citrus. It's just so good. I love this fragrance. You can wear it any time of year. Look at that color. So good. Special occasion fragrance all day long. Like I said, the raspberry and vanilla and rose really work in this fragrance. It is amazing. All right, guys, getting down to the final two. All right, this one right here, absolutely amazing. If you're looking for a fragrance for Pear, I know I already talked about Juliet Has a Gun Pear Ink, but this is one of my favorite fragrances with a pear note in it because it is so prevalent right off the top. It also has that unique kumquat note as well. You've got some citruses on the top, aromatic lavender, some nice fresh ambergris, and then those suede undertones. This fragrance is absolutely versatile, absolutely wonderful. Wish it projected, wish it lasted a little bit longer, but for what it is and how cheap you can get it on discounters, I love the pear note right out of the gate with this one. It is so good. And last but not least, we're gonna talk about the melon note that you get from Jimmy Choo Man Intense. Oh, this is so sweet and so good. I love it. The melon, it just pops right off the top. It mixes so well with that soothing lavender. There's a lot of citrus in here, some sweet vanilla, and this is another one of those fragrances that is so versatile that you can wear any time of year. It's a perfect transition fragrance from spring right into summer, or from fall right into spring. Anytime, no matter what, this fragrance is so good. Definitely try this one if you like a sweet, juicy melon. It is so good. Now, I know I've left out so many of your favorites. I get it. I understand that. Leave your comment down below and let me know some of your favorite fun, fresh, fruity fragrances that really just turn heads. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And guys, one more, I'm just gonna give this one an honorable mention. Now, when we talk about fragrances, they usually divide fragrances in two categories when it comes to fruits. There's fruity fragrances and there's citrus. I'm gonna include this one because technically citrus is a fruit. I understand when they talk about fragrances, we divide them into fruits and citruses. But this one right here by Dolce&Gabbana, Italian Love, this is gonna get my honorable mention because this is a photorealistic grapefruit. And this is one of those fragrances that absolutely makes me smile because it just smells so bright and airy and uplifting, and I love the smell of a real grapefruit. So for that reason, it is coming in 11th place on an honorable mention. Even though it's technically considered, I get it, a citrus fragrance, it's still amazing. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you got any value whatsoever from the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If you'd love to be a part of my fragrance family, I'd love to have you. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notifications off the side. Be a part of the Scott Aromatico movement. Share this video with your friends and family, and I'll see you next time. This is Scott Aromatico, out.